What the hell, guys? I don't know what I'm seeing here, but it's just insane. Look at it. This is freak.
What? That's an alien! This is an alien!
Emerging from the depths of Congo, these stories remain unknown until now.
Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy? What the frick? What was that? Dude, that was a skinwalker. What? I videoed it.
When lurking in the dense forest, people manage to capture the elusive creatures.
Hey, what is that? Oh my god, what is that?
From figures that look anything but ordinary to animals that belong to the world of critters.
Nah, come back out. Why do you be peeking like that?
Hang on for the recently made terrifying discoveries that shocked the whole world. Mysterious spaceship.
The government are trying to hide this. I've managed to get up to here where you can't be seen.
A hiker, while coming back from the mountains, spotted a huge spaceship at the edge of the woods. It looked like there weren't just one or two, but many aliens inside it who had come here for research. They came to this site because it wasn't a place that many people visited. The hiker quickly recorded a video of the spaceship with his camera and shared it online.
There you go, there's the proof yourself. It's all cornered off.
Afterward, people gave various opinions about it. Some said it was a huge water tank, not a spaceship, while others believed it was a spaceship and something must be going wrong in that area. So what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below. The Congo Mota. Ever heard stories of a flying giant lurking in the heart of the African jungle? That's the Congo Mota. It used to live in the regions around Zambia and Congo. Unfortunately, it has returned to its homeland as an explorer saw it flying there. It is described as a large flying reptile or pterosaur-like being, often depicted with a wingspan of up to 3 meters, leathery wings, and a beak-like head. Locals call it Congo Mota, which means overwhelmed boat, because it's said to attack watercraft. However, no recent reports of it coming for the boats have been noticed. Huge humanoid figure. A group of friends were going to explore the woods, but they saw something that forced them to turn back halfway. They were observing the scenery from a distance when they suddenly saw a huge humanoid figure that creepily went into the woods.
We're watching them.
Alright.
How do you track them?
There's 2 more black dots. Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy?
What was surprising here was that 2 animals, probably goats, were running behind it. Seeing all this, they decided not to go any further, but they never figured out what actually was happening there.
The frick? What was that?
He's walking creepy.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
I videoed it.
Creepy serpent. Some encounters can make us believe that the scary creatures we see in sci-fi movies can be real. A group of tourists went into a part of the woods that had been closed for many years. When they went there, they encountered a creepy serpent with strange reddish fins and ears. It seemed like it had been living in the woods for many years and didn't like their presence. Despite its scary appearance, the serpent seemed harmless and just wanted them to leave the area. But these tourists started recording it in their cameras. Maybe it was just better to leave instead of keep disturbing it. Unexpected welcome. Seeing some aliens makes it seem like they should be allowed to live on Earth, just like normal humans. When a hiker was coming back, she saw a cave and thought that she should rest there for a while. But as she was heading towards it, someone who was already there seemed to come out to welcome her.
Wait, what is that? Oh my god, what is that?
It was an alien who nervously came out and seemed to be concerned that the hiker wouldn't panic upon seeing it. The hiker left the site, but one thing was for sure, that it had just been staying there for a short time and didn't want to harm anyone. Cyclops skull. Believe in Cyclops? Before you say no, have a look here. This might change your beliefs. A group of archaeologists discovered a huge skull about 3 million years old. It had a large eye in the middle of its forehead and belonged to a giant that was 2.7 meters tall and weighed around 6 tons.
Paul, come here. Check this out.
That's incredible. Look at that.
Yeah.
What do you think that is, man?
I don't know.
All the evidence pointed to it being a Cyclops. It was believed that their 2 eyes combined to form one, and also had extra strength in their bodies. No one knows how they suddenly disappeared millions of years ago. but I am glad that they no longer exist. Strange encounter. A man was passing by the woods, but suddenly noticed something moving in the tree. He thought it might be a bird, but when he looked closely, it was a dundi. If you don't know about it, then let me tell you. It is a small magical creature similar to a gnome, often causing mischief or helping humans.
Nah, come back out. Why they be peeking like that?
It looked like both of them were shocked to see each other, but the man left the site because he didn't want any trouble for this creature. Maybe he is still living somewhere near those trees. World deepest river. The Congo River is one of the longest rivers in Africa, stretching approximately 4,700 kilometers. It flows through several countries, including the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Republic of Congo, and Angola, before emptying into the Atlantic Ocean. It is also notable for its depth, with some parts reaching over 220 meters, making it the world's deepest river.
There are few places on the planet where rivers run as fast and as hard as the Congo does here as it approaches the sea.
It is vital for transportation, providing a natural highway through the dense rainforest of Central Africa. It also supports a diverse ecosystem with a wide variety of fish and other aquatic life, as well as being a crucial water source for millions of people living in the region. The Congo River is more than just a river. It's a world within itself, a watery treasure chest full of life. Crazy man. Avoid taking paths through the woods. Who knows what might be waiting for you there? A man was passing by the woods when, from a distance, he saw something that looked like it came out of a sci-fi movie. Its face, body, and especially its hands, which had large claws, were the scariest parts. Luckily, its face was on the other side of the road. But I don't know what I should call this man. He nervously went close to this creature and started recording a video. Instead of quickly leaving the area, I guess if the creature had just looked at him once, that would have been enough to make him run away. Skinwalker. I don't know whether to call this man brave or foolish, but what he did is not something most people would do. He heard scary noises coming from the woods late at night and went to see who was making such noises. But this turned out to be a huge mistake because he had begun to feel strange movements around him. When he flashed his flashlight, he got answers to all his questions because a skinwalker was right in front of him. That was the moment he realized he had made a huge mistake by coming there. Luckily, he managed to escape, but I'm sure he won't make any such foolish decisions again. Mountain of Gold. The Democratic Republic of Congo is rich in natural resources, including gold. But this wealth has fueled conflict and instability. Various armed groups control mining areas, forcing local populations, including children, to work under harsh conditions. The profits from illegal gold mining are used to buy weapons, sustaining violence and human rights abuses. Despite international efforts to regulate conflict materials, illegal gold trade continues. This situation hinders the DRC's economic development, leaving the majority of its population in poverty while armed groups thrive. Boot House.
Here it is, we found it.
The famous abandoned fairy tale Boot House is a unique and magical building in a forest near Zabatako, Colombia. Built in the 1950s by Elias Gutierrez, it looks like a giant boot, inspired by his love for fairy tales and his wish to create a special home. The house has a boot-shaped design with windows and doors, making it a creative and unusual structure. Over time, the house fell into disrepair and was left abandoned, which only adds to its enchanting appeal.
Okay, well this is the old front door. Let's have a little look inside. Now as you can see, it was only half built.
Today, the boot house, surrounded by thick forest, attracts photographers and explorers who are fascinated by its fairy tale charm. Even though it's now neglected, the house still represents Gutierrez's imagination and magical vision. It's more than just a house, it's a fairy tale brought to life. World War II soldiers' belonging. A YouTuber went into a thick forest where he expected to find World War II soldiers' equipment. He used his metal detector and other tools to search for items. Soon he spotted nearly 100 German flare casings, a gas mask, medicine bottles, Mauser K98 shell casings, a rifle bolt, and a German coin. This was something he never thought he would find.
Okay, pretty high signal. That's definitely a German World War II gas mask. What can I say? Fantastic.
These all discoveries prove that this site was mainly used by the German soldiers during World War II. I guess if he had explored more, he might have found their shelters too.
Oh, history is really generous today. Oh, yes.
Mysterious creature. A boy's drone fell into the forest, so he went there to find it. He looked everywhere, but couldn't find the drone. Just as he was about to leave, he encountered something that shocked him. There was a hole in the ground, and from it, a strange pixie-like creature emerged and stared at him and quickly went back into the hole. The boy couldn't believe what he had seen, so he moved closer to look again. But the creature had disappeared. He searched for it, but couldn't find it. So in the end, he had to leave. Who knows, this creature took the boy's drone with itself. Alien mummy. Back in the 90s, a group of researchers went into the Brazilian forest for exploration. While they were observing, one of them spotted a strange carcass there. When they went closer, they saw that it was an alien's body with creepy red eyes. They were all shocked because they hadn't expected to find something like that there. It looked like it was a baby alien that had been hunted by some wild animal. They left it there and went away. But one mysterious thing was that no one knew how long aliens had been coming to Earth. Alien remains. A scientist went into the woods to do research, but found something he had never thought. He spotted strange remains of a long-necked alien. From its body position, it looked like it had been frightened during its last moments. It's possible that the alien was hiding there from something more scarier than itself. The scientist checked around, hoping to find more related things, but found nothing else. It was an old carcass, and seeing it made him wonder how long aliens had been coming to Earth to make their observations. Weird creature. A group of YouTubers went into the woods late at night to explore something unusual. Shortly after what they were hoping for happened, a strange creature emerged from the woods and forced them to leave. But they weren't afraid of it at all and tried to catch it. When the YouTubers shared the video online, people had various opinions about it. Some said that it was the result of the scientist experiment, while others believed it was a chupacabra-like creature. Chupacabra remains. In a small town, strange noises were heard from the woods every night. Annoyed by this, a man decided to go there at night to find out what was happening. He looked everywhere around, but then suddenly he spotted some remains that didn't look like they belonged to any animal. When he went closer to observe it, the unusual shaped carcass indicated that it belonged to the legendary monster, the chupacabra. But amidst all this, he realized that if the remains of the chupacabra were here, then who could be making the strange noises? After this, he quickly left the area, which I would say was the right decision. The Lost City. The Lost City, also known as the White City or Ciudad Blanca, was revealed in the dense jungles of Honduras through aerial surveys using LiDAR technology. Discovered in the Mosquitiata region, this ancient site is believed to be a significant pre-Columbian city, potentially linked to the Maya or another indigenous civilization. The LiDAR scans uncovered previously hidden structures and ruins beneath the thick forest canopy, indicating a once important cultural and trading center. Although the discovery has generated considerable excitement, the site remains largely unexplored due to its remote location and dense vegetation. While much remains to be discovered, this groundbreaking discovery promises to rewrite the history of the Americas. Nazi House. A group of explorers ventured into the South American jungle and discovered a mysterious house. They speculate that it could have been used by fleeing Nazis after World War II. The house, located in a remote area, appears to have been constructed with unusual features that might suggest it was built for high-profile individuals seeking refuge. The explorers examined various aspects of the house, including its architectural style, construction materials, and any potential connections to the Nazi regime. Through expert analysis and historical research, they determined that the house could indeed have been a hideout. It is possible that some Nazis managed to escape justice and live out their lives in secrecy after the war. Gary's skull. Sometimes it's not just unknown creatures, but their remains can be enough to scare humans. A group of experts went to explore a forest and everything was fine until they found a mysterious skull there. The skull wasn't from a normal human or animal. It looked like a mix of both, possibly the Bigfoots. They checked the area around the skull hoping to find more related clues, but found nothing else. I don't know if there's still something unusual there now, but there definitely was something unusual in the forest in the past. Mysterious creature. This group of friends decided to have a bike race in the woods. When their race started, suddenly a mysterious creature emerged from the woods and almost hit them. At first, they thought it might be a local from the area. But when they looked more closely, they realized it was a mysterious creature that ran away when it saw them. They tried to chase after it, but surprisingly, it vanished right there. No one knows how many other creatures might be hiding from humans in our world. Cambodia Forgotten Temple. The Banteay Chelmar Temple, located in Cambodia's remote northwest, is a stunning but lesser-known gem of Khmer architecture. Built during the late 12th to early 13th century, the temple was commissioned by King Draviman VII, the same ruler who built the renowned Angkor Wat. Unlike the most famous temples of Angkor, Banteay Chelmar remains relatively untouched by modern tourism, hidden amidst the dense jungle and often overlooked by visitors. The temple complex features impressive sandstone carvings and intricate bas-reliefs depicting historical and mythical scenes, including the famous Battle of Kurukshetra. Its remote location has helped preserve its enigmatic beauty, though it also faces challenges from natural erosion and looting. Giant millipede. Some mysteries of the Congo forest may never be solved, like this giant millipede, which was seen there might be frightening for you. First, let me explain that this isn't something that came out of a sci-fi movie. In fact, it's an extinct giant named Arthropleura that lived here millions of years ago. It could reach lengths of up to 2.5 meters. Unlike modern millipedes, which are much smaller, Arthropleura had a heavily armored exoskeleton and multiple jointed legs. It's thought that the high oxygen levels back then helped these giant bugs grow so fast. Now it is back, and we don't know what other mysteries this forest is keeping from us. Bonobos. Meet bonobos, the great apes closely related to chimpanzees and humans. They are distinguished by their slender build, dark faces with pink lips, and longer legs relative to their arms. They live in the dense forests of the Democratic Republic of Congo, primarily south of the Congo River. They are known for their peaceful, cooperative social structure, which contrasts with the more aggressive behavior of chimpanzees. Bonobos use complex vocalizations, gestures, and facial expressions to communicate. They are also notable for their societies, where females often hold higher social status than males. Ancient city Sigiriya. The ancient city of Sigiriya, located in central Sri Lanka, is an iconic archaeological and historical site. Dating back to the 5th century AD, Sigiriya was built by King Kasyapa as a royal castle and lavish palace. The site is characterized by its towering, steep-sided rock formation, which rises nearly 200 meters above the surrounding jungle. At its summit, the king constructed a grand palace with extensive gardens and water features that are still visible today. The fortress complex has detailed features like moats, walls, and a smart water system. Sigiriya is also known for its Lion's Gate, which has huge lion paws on either side, and its impressive paintings of heavenly women. It's an experience that transports you to a world of ancient kings and legendary beauty. Unknown creature. This video was recorded by a man who was just taking a casual walk near the woods. You can clearly see that a beautiful creature got itself out from big rocks. Now, I am not sure what exactly it was because it was running in a weird way with its creepy look. Maybe it was locked there for hundreds or thousands of years. I have also heard that this kind of monster gets bigger in a short time. The only concern right now is no one knows where it went and where it is right now. Big Head Discovery. Claimed that he has the head of a 60-year-old giant Bigfoot. He claimed that his father found it first and kept it a secret because the government didn't want him to reveal about this giant.
Like my dad feared that there would be problems. And he warned me about this, and there have been a lot of problems.
But now he wants to tell everyone about this giant head, which was 28 inches long, 18 inches wide, and it weighs around 118.5 pounds. When the man shared its video on social sites,
I don't need help, okay? I have investors that are involved in this.
People share different opinions about it. Some believe this man was doing this for attention, and it wasn't real, while others believed him because of the looks of the Bigfoot's head. Las Posas. Las Posas in Ixtatel, San Luis Potosi, Mexico, is a magical garden built by Edward James, a British poet and philanthropist. Made in the mid-20th century, the garden is full of strange and beautiful structures surrounded by a lush rainforest. It features tall sculptures, winding paths, and flowing waterfalls. Inspired by surrealism, the garden includes unusual concrete towers, pools, and bridges that seem to grow naturally from the landscape. James wanted to create a dreamlike place where art and nature come together, and today, Las Posas remains a unique and captivating spot that showcases his imaginative vision. It's a place where reality blurs with imagination, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. 14th century castle. Harwood Castle, located near Harwood in West Yorkshire, England, is a historic site with roots dating back to the 12th century. Originally constructed as a fortified manor house,
you can see it's locked up.
It was established by the de Lascelles family, who played an important role in its development. The castle features elements typical of medieval architecture, including a defensive stone structure and a great hall. Over time, it underwent various modifications and restorations. Despite suffering damage during the English Civil War in the 17th century, Harwood Castle was later repaired and adapted for use as a family residence. While not open to the public, its outline against the Yorkshire sky is a familiar sight, a reminder of the knights and ladies who once called it home. Doll Island. The Island of the Dolls is a hauntingly famous island in Yaxchilcoatl Canals of Mexico City. Renowned for its unsettling collection of dolls. The eerie reputation of the island stems from its dark history. According to legend, Don Julian Santana, the island's former caretaker, discovered a drowned girl near the island. In an attempt to appease her spirit, he began hanging dolls from trees and around the island. Santana's obsession with the dolls grew, as he believed they were possessed by supernatural forces linked to the spirits of the deceased. After his mysterious loss of life, the island became a site of fascination for those intrigued by the supernatural. Visitors often report feeling a chilling presence and hearing strange noises, adding to the island's reputation as a place where the paranormal lingers. Unexpected Caught. This group of friends has a weird experience. While they were going into the woods for camping, their camera captured something unexpected, and they didn't even realize it. When their car entered the woods, a Sasquatch was running alongside them, heading in the same direction they were going. But they didn't realize this at the time. They found out not only when they shared the video online and people noticed it and shared different comments. Some believed it was a giant wild animal, while others believed it was a Sasquatch. Scary encounter. Some encounters are so intense that they never leave your mind. A man was coming back from work late at night through a path in the woods and suddenly felt a strange movement near him. The man looked here and there, and then he saw something he had probably never seen before. A dark, creepy creature was staring at him as if it didn't like his presence there at all. It started slowly approaching him, but the man quickly ran away. One thing for sure, that after all this, he will never return to this site again. Strange boxes. The cryptid creatures that science doesn't believe in were all kept by a man in his mansion. Back in 2019, a group of workers demolishing an old mansion discovered a secret room. When they went inside, they found some strange boxes that made them think there might be treasure inside. But when they checked the boxes, they found multiple remains that weren't of any human or animal, but of cryptid and mythological creatures like fairies. The room was filled with only such items, which made the entire place feel mysterious. Now, one thing is sure, that these creatures exist, but where they are now can only be known by someone like the person who lived in that mansion. Mystery carcass. Back in 2018, in a village in Brazil, scary noises were heard coming from near the forest at night. The next day, all the villagers gathered and went to check what the noises were. When they arrived, they saw something unusual there. It was a strange body of a creature that looked like a character from a sci-fi movie. Everyone examined it closely, but no one could figure out what exactly it was. They all felt safe because it was no longer alive. They thought that if it had been alive, it could have caused them serious trouble. Maybe a wild animal had tried to hunt it, which could have led to its current condition. Unexpected discovery. You've heard of people stumbling upon many lost things deep in the woods, but this YouTuber found something entirely different. He made a mind-blowing discovery of an abandoned train. He went there to explore different things, but never thought he would find an entire train. It seemed like this train had been here for decades. The YouTuber carefully examined the train both inside and out, and surprisingly, some parts of its interior were still in good condition. I would love to explore this abandoned part of human history. Slender Man. Encountering a Slender Man wouldn't be easy for anyone, but it became terrible for this man. When he was going home from a shortcut through the woods, Slender Man suddenly appeared in front of him. He barely managed to avoid hitting it and pulled over the car to the side. For a few minutes, he couldn't understand exactly what had happened. But when he saw Slender Man coming closer through the side mirror, he was terrified. I don't know how he escaped from there because his car wasn't starting, but it was a nightmare for sure. Strange creature. Children shouldn't go into the woods alone. Who knows what they might encounter? This group of friends went to explore the woods alone. They started enjoying themselves, but didn't know that someone else was there with them. They started to take pictures on their phones, but at that moment, a strange creature passed by behind them. It was a strange, dark figure, and it's hard to say exactly what it was, but it was scary. When they noticed it on their phones, they all got scared and left immediately. Now they might never return to the woods alone again. T-Rex. Seeing this might make you believe that dinosaurs were on Earth some not too long ago. A man went to explore a forest and found a huge carcass there, which turned out to be a T-Rex. This was something that was hard to believe, because we all know that dinosaurs went extinct thousands of years ago. He carefully examined the body and realized that it hasn't been here for too long. We might never figure out how this instinct creature came here. Mysterious encounter. Back in 2016, a group of tourists spotted a mysterious creature in Lake Coloco.
¿Qué es? Huh?
Located in the Agranaquia region, Chile. At first they thought it might be a whale, but it had 4 humps altogether, which made it mysterious. They all stayed there for long, hoping it might come up on the water clearly, but it didn't. No one knows what exactly it was because no one had ever seen anything like that before. Maybe it was a different kind of river monster or a Loch Ness monster with a strange neck. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. River monster. After seeing this, I was convinced that the river monster still exists. Back in 2018, a man encountered a creepy monster while fishing. It looked like it wasn't really concerned with the man's presence and kept swimming near his boat. Luckily, he recorded all of the scenes with his camera and shared them online, after which people came up with different opinions. Some believed it wasn't a monster, but a gator with something weird on its mouth, while others believed it was indeed a monster, and that many had encountered it too. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. The Congo's forest is so vast that no one knows what kind of creatures might be living there. An expert went deep into it to explore all these mysteries. After a short while, he felt some strange movements around him, but he couldn't see who was making it. Suddenly, he spotted a creature there that we call a pixie. The man began to observe it from a distance, worried that it might run away out of fear of him. It was moving around there as if it lived there. Maybe it wasn't just this one, but many pixies lived there, and the place was their home. Whatever might be the reality, the experts knew it was time to return back. So he did.